Trying to avoid taking penalties, trying to avoid the big turnover. Sometimes you got to live to fight another day, and that's what's going to separate the two clubs is who's able to, accomplish those, kind of tackle those tasks over the next couple games.
Series begin and you often have to discover this is what they do and this is what you do and how it all comes together. And I think now you're at a stage where the secrets are gone, so to speak. Your template for winning is one thing. Their template for winning is it? Does it now come down to who can execute their game?
Absolutely, it's something that each team, the feeling out process is long gone. It didn't last long to begin with, just because of how prepared both coaching staffs were for the other club, and it's about who can kind of force the other team their play down the other team's throat, and that's just that's typically the story, but it's all about the execution of it come that time, and both teams have good special teams. Both teams have a good offensive 5-on-5 concept. Both teams are trying to make it difficult to get through the neutral zone. Both teams are trying to be strong, at their own net and in zone. What specifically that looks like is a little bit different for each team, but it's go time in terms of who's going to win the most points on that checklist, and most importantly, they need to materialize in the goals.
You're not the biggest guy as a defenseman. They're a heavy team as a forward in their game is get it in deep. And what's that battle like for you?
For me personally?
Yeah.
It comes down to positioning and being able to be in a good spot on a guy. That's the true, in my opinion, the true difficulty of defending someone who's larger is, they have the ability they're not at the end of their stick when you're reaching where they're reaching. If your feet are standing in the same spot, they're not as extended. So you've got to be in a good position and try and eliminate your problems, kind of put the fire out before there is one. Don't wait until your net front and the D-men's, got a shot, up to 12 o'clock ready to hammer it, to start your box out. Try and get them earlier, things like that. And anytime you're play the defensive my size, it's number one, it's critiqued more intensely. They're really looking for it, and it can be difficult, but it's your job to manage. I played my whole career at this size, so I don't know anything else.
Sounds like in this series, the way you're describing to Steve here, the tag underdog no longer applies in this series to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, it's 2-2. I don't think anyone buys it. I don't think we really thought we were at a huge disadvantage. Washington hasn't treated us as if we were at a disadvantage for any, they haven't babied us in any sense. It's two clubs, trying to slug at each other and win games and race to 4. That's it.